Hey guys, we are back with another OP07 deck list. We're here with my good friend Alex. Like, I used to live in Florida and we used to attend locals together. I moved to California, he's still in Florida, but we still keep in touch. Such a cool guy. I remember he would
Yeah,
just be like so supportive. Alex, nice to meet you. Can you tell the audience a little bit about yourself and we'll take it from there?
I live in Florida and I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I have a couple tops, forever ago, like a decade and a half ago.
Mm.
And then I played Dragon Ball Masters since it started. Probably have like a dozen tops in that. And I have not been able to get into One Piece events yet to do anything. So I've been stuck at the local level for since like probably, I think I joined like right at the end of OP03. So,
Little did they know,
um,
if you just get in those events, you'll be topping there too. You're such a good.
thanks, man. Yeah.
But you're an
All
even
right.
better guy. And, when I asked Alex, like, hey, do you want to be in the video? He's like, oh, but, do I want to? Like, he just, I think he undervalues his capability. He's topped
Yeah,
in
because I,
Yu Gi Oh!, he's topped in Dragon Ball. And when I used to play him in locals, he'd play, like, all these odd decks. I'm like, oh, I gotta talk to Alex.
Yeah, no, it's because I'm bad. it's
Oh,
because
you're great.
it's because I love playing tier two. So tier two is the most fun to play in like almost every card game.
Walk me through, like, how do you build purple, yellow crocodile?
Right. So the thing about purple yellow croc is as I've realized over the sets is it's kind of just like a Nell, except it ramps faster and it's a little bit more fair because I have to run less triggers. I still get the veggies and stuff, but
Mm.
I run less fair. I run more fair triggers, and then I can also die, obviously, because I don't have the Enel heal ability.
Mm.
But Proc's ability to ramp on to essentially save you a Dawn on your opponent's turn is fantastic. The deck just like that are very pivotal, as you'll see later by the deck list. I'm sure everybody knows what Okama Way does at this point, and if you don't, you'll get caught out by it eventually. So,
Sorry, it cut
yeah.
off the deck just, and then I heard back at Okama Way.
Oh, yeah, no, the deck promotes it promotes like playing mind games with your opponents at certain pivotal points in the game.
Mm.
And that's what like from like via Okama Way and things like that, and then just Croc being able to filter really aggressively, so you see a lot more key pieces. It's kind of like a pseudo like if you think how Sakazuki, how everybody hated Blue Black Sakazuki, and the
Mm.
consistency of being able to just draw more cards than your opponent would just give you a more consistent games. Croc kind of does that in his own way too. So
Mm.
with the Atrop. So you want to start with the deck list?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whatever you want to start with, we'll go one by one.
All right. So Miss Wednesday is the first card.
This Wednesdays, that's the 5 cost, right?
She's a 3 drop.
3 drop, okay.
Oh, here, just search Baroque Works. We're gonna go through a bunch of Baroque Works
Okay, there we
already
go.
anyway.
Drop
Yeah,
on
so she
Miss Wednesday. Oh, okay,
left.
perfect.
There you go. Yep, so it's four of her.
Hmm.
So she's a late game blocker, which is nice, but her big thing is when your opponent attacks, you can activate her effect at Dawn -1, and she'll set a Dawn as active, and then Croc will trigger and ramp a Dawn from your deck. So you go net +1 on the Dawn actually.
Yeah.
So if you go first or second, if you go first, you're ramping to 6 Dawn. If you go second, you're ramping to 7 Dawn on your turn 3. And then if she sticks around, she ramps again, so you'll inevitably be at 10 on turn 4. So if you play decks like OP08, like the Zoo Zoro deck is going to be a big deal. Like she'll be able to ramp aggressively to 10 quickly, kind of like putting. But I have to like stick a card. But she's also a blocker, so she's nice. But she's also a Baroque work, so that's good. She's probably the second most important like ramp piece, obviously behind like Bon Clay, because Bon Clay is a guaranteed ramp, where Vivi's not a guaranteed ramp.
Yeah.
So the next one is for Bon Clay. Yep, same. I mean, I don't really feel like I need to explain this card. This card's just dope. Like, in your like Black Yellow Luffy matchups, he just turns into a Moria eventually, and then like consistent ramp. Same theory. If you're on growing second, he helps you ramp to turn 7 faster, and just kind of like start the game for you quicker. You kind of need to see one of the two of them and guarantee a ramp, because there are like the deck where it struggles is the middle game, because it's a top heavy deck. But I've got some things in there for it. So the next one's 4 8-drop Crocs. So this card is Dawn -2 on play. If your leader's Baroque works, you can heal from the top of your deck. And then when your opponent attacks, you Dawn -1 to draw one card, discard one card, which if you haven't Dawn minus will trigger your leader to help you untap. So there are some turns where you can be at like 10 Dawn and you can like 2 Dawn your leader, swing, play this Croc heal, and then your opponent goes, oh, he's tapped out, they've got nothing. They swing, you untap one, then you can like Blast Breath or whatever, like Okama Way or something. So it just, or you also, it helps you dig and discard your bricks, because there are a little bit of bricks in this deck, so you can, it helps you see more combo power more aggressively, which can save you. Like I think when I played this at locals like 2 weeks ago, I think somebody attacked me for like 13, and I used Okama Way to save myself, but I also had like 15k counter in hand or something, so I was like set either way, so it just didn't matter. I have 3, the Umbrella Lady, Miss, I don't know her name, Valentine. There you go. Yeah, Miss Valentine. So I dropped this recently from 4 to 3 because she's the searcher of the deck. She searches anything that includes Baroque Works, so that includes herself, and it also includes Bond Clay. So she's just a good searcher. She's also a Dawn minus trigger to play herself, so there are certain times when she just you hit her off life, and she just comes out as a body, grabs a 2k from the deck, and then will be like an Okama Way target later or something. So she's just a really solid searcher, because she doesn't search for specifically Baroque Works. She searches including Baroque Works. That's why she can grab Bond Clay. So that's a pretty big deal. For the 2Ks, I've got 2 of the bird thing, whose names I just don't. Mr. 13, yeah. And then I've got 4 double finger.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're just your searchers. Double finger isn't an additional way to ramp. I almost never do it because I don't like the idea of having to trash a card to ramp. But there are some things you can do with Mr. 13. Like if you turn 1 going second, you play your searcher, and then you can't find a VV or a Bond Clay, you can play Mr. 13 and ramp with him by trashing the searcher. So there's a couple extra ways to ramp. I try to avoid that because they're 2Ks, and it's easier to live through a mid game turn and then have extra cards for the late game where it matters more than it is to, like lose your early game advantage and hope you can win later. So I've got so moving on from the Baroque Works stuff, I don't have anything else that's Baroque. Oh, sorry, I have a 4 Okama Way. That's the last Baroque Works card. Might as well get it while we're here. This card makes the deck. It's literally why the deck is great. You can it's essentially a floating blocker in your hand for any battle card on the field, and its trigger is Dawn -1 draw 2. So I think one time when I was playing somebody, I was really in the weeds and they attacked me, and my last trigger was this. So I untapped 1, drew 2, and then drew into another Okama Way, and then because I had untapped the Dawn with the leader, I redirected the attack into something else and won the game from there. So it's it's just good. It's just from the text box down, it's a good card. So
yeah, because like the trigger is -1. You got the 2 cards, but your leader ability, you gain the Dawn back, and you can just play Okama Way.
Exactly. Yeah, it's between that and like and all the yellow support. It's what makes the deck. It makes the deck different enough from Enel to where you're still tricking your opponent, but you're not just relying on triggers to win. I don't really like Enel, but so moving on from purple, moving on from Baroque Works, I should say, I've got 2 Flampe. This is a new addition to the deck. I am trying it out for I cut 2 of the Baroque Works 2Ks to try to mess around. I was messing around with Hiyori, now I'm messing around with this on this chance of like sometimes your opponents just leave you at like 2 life and you can't do a whole lot. Well, you can still play Yamato and shoot stuff, but that's not like the optimal way of doing things, So this is just in there if I'm ever on a 10 Dawn turn and I can play her, take the life from 2 to 1, and then play a Yamato, and then kill something, and then still heal. So I still get all the value from it. I have 2 8-drop Katakuris. This is going to be specifically for Black Yellow Luffy. This deck doesn't have that hard of a time against Black Yellow Luffy, but this is just in there to shore that matchup up, to just let them like do their thing and then like tuck a Garp back into their life, so maybe they don't have to, maybe they have to spend their time using a Flampe or something, and it might mess up their turn. So just a little extra.
That's such an interesting mechanic because no one really thinks about returning a Garp to their life and how much that can mess up Black Yellow Luffy.
Yeah. Also, late in the game, there are tons of variations of this deck, but you can play like the 5-drop Robin. You can also like put the Robin back in the deck or into your life, or you can put like the Baroque Works Searcher back into your life. Yeah, that one, Miss All Sunday. So I don't have it in the list because it's not a 1K counter, but there are definitely ways you could put like 2 of these in this deck easily. But Katakuri healing either one of them to life is just annoying because then you have that extra buffer, and then you're also going to get a search. So it's just he comes up enough where 2 feels like a really good number. I have 4 Beji up next. I don't think this card needs any explaining, to be honest with you. I have 3 Yamato after that. So this was at 4 because it's one of your other heal effects, but the 10-drop Ace came out, so I've been dabbling with 10-drop Ace to see how he feels. They fit kind of the same role between Yamato and Ace. So Yamato is just nice because it's not 10 Dawn. So it's 9 Dawn. So if you don't have a Croc, or if you're in a weird situation with your opponent and they slam something like 10-drop Shanks, like the red guy who can like kill stuff, and they could kill your Croc before attacking you, then you still have the 1 Dawn open to play tricks with them, like with Blast Breaths and Okama Ways and stuff. So Yamato is nice, but Ace is also stronger, so who knows. 7-drop Enel, I've got 2 in here. So these next like 2 cards are actually 3 cards. They're more or less a flex spot. So 2 7-drop Enels, and then 2 Gadatsu, and a Queen.
Queen 5 cost?
Yeah, Queen 5 cost, yep. Yeah, so you can kind of mix... Because your middle game is so flexible with like the ramping from Vivi and Bonclay, you can kind of put anything in these few slots. Like I was playing 6-drop Lucci from OP07, which I will never stop talking about that card because it is essentially just a draw 1 card, and then it heals you and then also taps you. Enel is probably better because he's immediate value. Maybe because Enel gets value against like black decks quickly because it gets to rush and then you don't have to save him. But Enel is also like because he's sticky, because he can't be removed, you can do like really cute things with him in the late game, like Okama Way big attacks into him, so then they crit. So I think the first week that I was testing out Enel, I was playing a Sakazuki player right before it got banned, and he had I think he was playing Kaido. And he swung like 13 at my Yamato, and it was his last attack. So I Okama Wade the attack into the Enel, crit the life, and then played a Croc the next turn to just heal it back. So he still had to deal with all my bodies, and I was still at the same life total. So he was just really mad about that because I was like, because you think you're gonna kill something with 13, then you just run into it and get stopped. Gadatsu, just a little bit of board control. There's a lot of really strong decks like Law. I mean, obviously Law is getting banned, but like Law, Lucci, these decks play a lot of 4-drops, so you can leave your opponent at 4 life and then tempo kill something and then have a 6K that if they use their removal on the Gadatsu, they're probably not using a ton of removal on your bodies. When you start chaining big bodies back and forth, they're not going to have the resources to get rid of everything. So, and then Queen was sort of some filtering and having a blocker. Queen's just a great card. Like I said, Queen could be a 4 of in this deck if you wanted to cut some 2Ks and some space and find room for him. There's no Queen is undoubtedly like a fantastic card. A couple other things I was messing around with was 7-drop Big Mom because she fits the same slot as Enel. You could just heal 1 or crit 1. Again, Law was more prevalent, so I put Enel in for an immediate answer to Law rather than let's hope I heal off this. Realistically, they're going to crit a life, and then it's going to be harder for me to tempo them with Yamatos and stuff. Because a lot of time the way I played Law is I would just leave them at 4 life. Yeah. And then Yamato kill something. So if they crit themselves and then they push me to 0, all of a sudden I can't kill their 4-drops. So I like to know a little bit more than that, than the Big Mom. Okay. Consistently.
So what else do you add in this deck? Because I think we're still just at 42.
Yeah, I've got 3 Kikunojos. That is, you can play 4. That card's just stupid. When you put these on the board, you can Okama Way into this card. So if your opponent's going for game, and then you heal off of it. So nice. It just turns into problematic cards for people. Sometimes when sometimes the 5 life leaders, they get really annoying because you want to push them to 3 before they hit you, and then you hit them once and you're like, yes. And you're like, wait, you have 5 life. No. And then you hit a Kikunojo off the top, and you're like, oh, of course. Yeah. But there are just turns where like I've weaved in like 2 of these. Like I have an 8 drop turn, I have 1 life, so instead of playing a Croc or instead of playing something like that, I'll just put 2 Kikunojos out, and now they have to think about Okama Way the whole time. So you can mess with people. Like I said, a lot of mind games. I have 2 aces, 2 10-drop ace. I think I already talked about this. It's just card shouldn't exist. Like card does so much for what it is, but you know, I'll use it until it's bad. The last 4 cards are 2. You should be the one to go away. Whatever the 0-drop yellow event is called.
Yeah.
That's one, yeah. And then I've got 2 blast breaths. The 0-drop event, obviously, I have bricks in the deck, and it's like the second sackiest life trigger in the game. I've like yet to hit it off of 1 life, but it's there sometimes. And blast breath's a free 4K. Like in this deck, if you have a Dawn up and you have no way to use your leader effect and your opponents just swing at you, it's just a free 4K combo. So Dawn -1, get 4K. And even still, like you can like I said, tap out with Croc. Your opponent will attack you. You'll Dawn -1 to restand 1, filter a card out of your hand, then you can blast breath. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So like there's just options. Like I would love to put it at 4, but with a 50 card deck limit, like it's hard to find space.
I was
like
just thinking
because there are so many.
Oh no!
No, go ahead.
No. After you. What you were about to say?
I was gonna say there's just so many turns where you're tapping out that like you can't. It's hard to find space for enough of them.
I was gonna say like when you have 1 Dawn up, they swing at you, you blast breath, you get that Dawn back, you Okama Way. It's like swinging at you's probably got to feel really like scary, just because you can like Okama Way to your 7, your 4. They have the blast breath that you restand. It's like, oh my gosh, it's got to be.
Yeah, when you get put in this situation where your opponent's, I'm going like 8-drop Croc on turn 5, and then like Yamato, and then like Ace, and then all these big bodies, and it's inefficient to trade with me because I have so many 2Ks, and then I also have blast breaths and Okama Ways, and I can pump them into like early game. I can redirect stuff into little things. But then if I don't do that, then I have them for late game. So it's like it's hard to trade efficiently with Croc unless you're like a 12K body. Like the biggest weakness of this deck is other yellow decks that can like play 10 mom, because she just crits the life and then she's a 12K because it's a card's just crazy. So with Pudding coming back into the meta, I'm a little worried about that, but I'm just kind of hoping Pudding's like super off meta and I never have to see her, because she'll ramp as fast as I am and then have better bodies. But yeah, I think my play group's a little tired of this because like they play a Moria and then I heal and then I'm attacking their Moria and like draining their hand, but then my hand doesn't get drained because you draw so much. And every one of my big bodies almost says like draw 1 card if you think about it, because they heal. So you're like effectively adding a card back to your hand. So yeah, it's a starvation like kind of attack, kind of like how Enel plays, but less cringe.
So you're essentially building a Crocodile deck that like if Enel gets banned, this is like the next Enel.
Oh no, this beats Enel.
Oh, it beats Enel.
Yeah, because
Really?
you play the same game as Enel, but you get there faster. So like if I sit down across Enel, I just find Bonclays, and then I'm willing to just take my life aggressively down, and then I let Enel like flambe themselves and stuff like that. And then I'll just sit back and I just like put bodies on the board. And eventually, like, I've gotten Rygo'd like 4 times in a match or something, and then they'll heal to 2. But like, it's kind of a war of attrition. And then when Enel goes for game, when they throw like caution to the wind, they go for game. And I just Okama Away the attack, and then they just have problems against me. That's all it is.
Well, yeah.
Enel doesn't have. Yeah, go ahead.
Enel doesn't have. Wait, sorry. Go ahead.
They just don't have the greatest hands. So it comes down to a hand size thing. I think with a lot of the matchups.
Your Mr. 2 really hurts them because you're ramping so fast, and if they play their big bodies, like, okay, well, it's their next turn. And then you have like the ability to gain life. I think so you
just as much.
Yeah, so you're essentially just like you play so many big bodies, they kind of get just outpaced because you're Dawn ramping.
Yeah. And also like their heals are contingent, so like their value comes from like Yamato and stuff, like removing little things. But like when I play Croc, it's just a straight up raw heal, and like the value from Croc comes from me seeing more cards in the deck more aggressively. So like the longer the game goes, I will probably on average see more heal cards than them. And then once I have like 2 to 3 bodies on board, I'm just swinging at them because then it doesn't matter what their board is. So like if I put them to 1 or if I put them to 0, and then or like you like hit them to 0, so then they have to heal. Then they're in a bad position because then they're going like, okay, I'll slam 10 drop ace. Well, where does this 10 drop ace want to go? Into a 9, or into a 10? Like they don't have good options. And then I can just throw a 2K away and just, either start dawning back up and like attacking their ace back, or I can just go, okay, well, I'll go like 9, 11, like 13 and see if you can live through that. So it's just, who gets, I get big bodies on the board faster to then apply pressure more quickly to them. So, and I say that we're gonna lose to an Enel like on the sim or something.
Okay, no, that I think the logic makes sense. One thing I had a curiosity about is it seems like your gameplay for this deck is Dawn ramp fast, control the narrative, control the life, control the board state, have way more bigger bodies. And at that point, you're just so defensive. Like your offense is play these big bodies. Your defense is I can KO your units. I can, Okama Way anytime I want. And you have so many counters. So it's that kind of works for most leaders that you face?
Yeah, so like if we just go by like the OP07 meta, it's been what, like Dofi and Law and Lucci. They all play under 5 or less bodies. So I let them hit me to 1. So depending on how many Yamatos I've been seeing, and then Yamato will just pop like a Jinbei or something, or like a Edward Weevil or a Lucci.
Yeah.
And then we just go, okay, like I have now healed. Can you answer this Yamato? Oh, you can answer this Yamato. Okay, here's a Croc. Like, did you deal me a damage? Because I'll play Croc, and now I healed to 3. So farther away from dying, and I've still established a body, and there's probably like another body coming down next to her. So it's just it can snowball. It can snowball away from your opponent where they look down and they're like, oh, I'll just go after his board back. Well, I don't have to attack. So if we're going to play the pass back and forth game, I'll just heal again and go like back up to 4 or back up to 5 or something. And then we'll just get there eventually. You know what I mean? So, and when decks don't have healing to heal back on you, then you can just go like 999. Okay, they took a bunch of it. They either lost a bunch of cards out of their hand or they took a bunch of damage, and then I'll protect my board and then dawn up and just push harder. And even if I lose on my board, you're probably in a position where I can just dawn up Croc and kill you. So
I was gonna say, like, especially those leaders or characters that don't summon that much, if you play these big bodies and you leave 1 dawn up, like they can just swing at your Bon Clay for all they know. Like you have so many ways to protect these big bodies that it's like, oh my gosh, you have a scary board.
Yeah, black is definitely a problem between like Gecko Moria and Lucci. They're probably, obviously, I think black is probably the most consistent color in the game. But I played a Moria a couple weeks ago, and he's a very consistent Moria player. He's been playing it since he started playing the game, and he's always consistently doing well with it. But I just play the Starvation game with him. He plays like Peronas to discard my hand, and I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then eventually we get to the point where like I'm playing bodies to kill his little guys, and then he's using them to recur. And then it comes down to how many Morias do you see? You know what I mean? I lived through a Black Hill Luffy player chaining 3 Morias on me in a row. I've lived I think last Monday I just lived through like 6 Zoro swings. So you can just do so much, and the deck has so much resiliency, I think, if you play it correctly.
So I think we're kind of running around some of the leaders. I'd love to kind of like break down some of the meta count like picks and like some of the meta, like what would you do against certain meta leaders.
Yeah, sure.
Let's start with probably the most common that people are thinking about, especially being a 4-life leader, RP Law.
Right. So Law is, I want to win the die roll, obviously, because I want to go second. And in this matchup, I want to see Bon Clay because seeing Vivi is inconsistent. Because if your opponent sees a Gordon or a Raise Max, they just out the Vivi without attacking. I get nothing for it. So I want to put the Bon Clay on board and just get the ramp right away. And then usually what I'm looking for is like Bon Clay, Enel into like Yamato usually. That's like the scope I want to get to. So I want to Bon Clay, so then I hit 7, and then I start swinging at their board aggressively, make them waste their hand. If they don't see enough Reijus, they just steam out really fast. and then I let them hit me to 1, and then I start Yamato popping their board. And then once I get like 2 or 3 big bodies on board and I stabilize, then I just give them a bunch of cards in hand, and then it doesn't matter what they do because their cards there's not enough resources from those like 3 cards to actually matter. And then I usually just kill them on the turn after. Sometimes it can take a while to stabilize though. So because it just is how Law is, because Law is so resilient. But if they don't see like enough Dawn like ramping effects and Reijus, then I can like usually outlast them. Obviously, if they see like 3 Rush Zoros and 3 Kitten Killers, I'm probably dying anyway because they're gonna kill me so fast. But that's usually not, in my experience, not how Laws operate. So what's the next one for me?
Well, real quick about the RP Law, like you play the 4 costs, but more than likely you're gonna bottom deck that. But that just gets away from their Dawn style, like the cards, amount of Dawns they have.
Yeah,
so I guess that makes it harder for them to swing at you. They leave it up, you just swing back at them, so that hurts. Enel, Yamato, KOing. Do you feel like
yeah, and then
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Do you feel like in this matchup you're pretty consistent against? Like, would you say you have like out of 100, what percentage do you normally find yourself winning?
Oof. It's a little hard because the recent Law players that I've like the last like 2 Law players I've played have been like relatively new, and I mean I maybe like 40 to 60% depending on the skill of the player. If it's a very skilled, like if I ran against a very skilled Law player, I would love to do that matchup. I'd love to run like 10 games with that guy and see what happens. But I mean, like a run-of-the-mill average Law player, yeah, probably like 40 to 60% easily.
So you're
probably closer to 50 to 60 usually, yeah. Because I mean, like I said, the deck has a ton of resilience, and when players don't know what Okama Way does, they don't know what happens. So they'll plan. Like I've baited players by going to 0, and then being like, "Oh no, I'll play 2 Kikinojos, pass," and then they're like, "Oh, okay, this guy's got like 4 cards in hand, Dawn everything on 1 attack, swing," and then I just run it into a Kikinojo and heal, and then they don't have enough to, that's their whole turn, and all they effectively did was attach all their Dawn and say, "You discard a card to heal 1," and that's pretty much what happens. And it's like you can see, so it just depends. Like if a Law player is smart and knows what to do, probably more 50-50.
All right.
But it's getting banned, so it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's beige effects that work. You have so many 2K counters. You have characters that can summon from life, which I think would be good for swinging back at them. Like, you can have the ability to, swing
if
back.
I lose the die roll and I don't see VV or Bonclay, you can mull for Gadatsu as well, and Gadatsu will shoot a body and then also be a body. So. And there's also times when you can just play VV on 3 Dawn and just be like, please don't have a raise max, please don't have a raise. And they have it anyway. And then you're like, okay, well, here's a Gadatsu. Like, can you answer the Gadatsu now too? No. Okay. Like, so they have to have, because that's they're losing the Gordon, and then whatever body they play. And then if I shoot that body with Gadatsu next turn, then they have to use another Gordon and another body out of hand. So that's like 4 cards already.
Yeah.
And if they haven't seen a Reiju to like refill themselves, then they're like, we're talking about like they're at like 7 cards or something, because I'm giving them nothing. So they're starting to whittle down. And then when I swing at their bodies with my leader and Gadatsu, if they give me 1Ks, then great. So that's also the part of the appeal of playing Enel. When they swing like a 5K at you, you can just swing a 5K back at them, and then they combo out a lot of times because they're like, oh, they can't do anything because they're not going to attack me. You slam a rush guy down and then punch him and punch that character, and that character's gone. Yeah, so it's very board control heavy against Law. So
that makes sense. I also see the world where if they do bottom deck your Miss Sunday or Bonclay or Gadatsus, then by the time you play your big bodies, they have to swing at it.
Yeah.
Like unless they have happen to have like 4 Gordons in hand or something. But even if they did, that means they can't counter out of your swings, or they can't counter out of when you swing at the characters.
Yep.
I like it. As a 4-life leader, you probably have a lot of resiliency compared to a lot of other 4-life leaders to deal with this onslaught. So I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I mean, aggro's still a problem because, like I said, I want the game to go longer. They don't want the game to go long, so it's always that give and take. You know what I mean? Anything can really happen in the game. I could draw all bricks and Law will just kill me. You know what I mean? But I could see like a bunch of 2Ks and a Beji trigger, and then I'll see a Blast Breath, and and then I'll stabilize, and then that'll be the end of it. That'll be the end of it. But it's always that variance that you have against them.
Next leader.
Sure.
Let's go Perona, actually. Perona's, still a
Oh,
really good
easy,
leader.
easy peasy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So my biggest thing that I've been playing against Perona with is like they like use Ryuma to like tempo kill your stuff. Like I don't know. I just again I don't attack them until I have established boards. And Moria's cute, but when you're not killing anything, because I don't put when you're not killing any of my guys or anything like that, I just usually run them over. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that was just a quick appetizer before the main course. Bonnie for green.
Bonnie is such a pain. I love Bonnie. Like as a control leader, conceptually, she's fantastic. It's same name of the game. You know what I mean? I let Bonnie establish a Cavendish, and I let them punch me, and I'm like, oh, you're so strong, and then I like play a Yamato and I shoot that Cavendish, and then it's like, do you have another one? And then they play another one, and if I a lot of people will just swing 5 at you to try to get a card out of your hand. If I have a bunch of Yamatos or anything, I'll just take it. Like if I haven't, so it sets up my Yamato play, so I just kill their key cards, and then we punch their face. If the only way Bonnie consistently can do well against me is if they chain a bunch of Dofis like every other deck loses to, or if they stick like 1 to 2 Zoros. One Zoros like 80% of the time is not enough to kill me. Like I got swung like 315Ks at me the other day, and then it still took like 4 more Zoro swings than like the following 2 turns to kill me after that. So it just depends on the situation. So if they like all these decks I see that have like 1 Zoro in them, awesome. I love it. Stick with the 1 Zoro. It's great for me. But yeah, I mean, same thing. Like green will just eventually run out of gas, not being able to remove stuff. If you stick 8-drop Kid, I used to play Ragnarok to like blow up the Kid, and then I was just seeing Ragnarok so inconsistently that I just started like I'll stack a board and I'll just punch Kid until he dies. So like I try to get like 2 9K bodies out, and then if they kid me, then I just go like, okay, like 12 at it, and then like okay, 12 at it. You know what I mean? So then like they have to spend 6 cards if they don't have a bunch of blockers to save it. That's usually my game plan against Bonnie.
I was gonna say you do have your 8-drop Katakuri to deal with their blocker kids. For their Zoros, yeah, Zoros. I think the same for
Nothing.
like it's the same for every leader. It's like, all right, I just got to get you dead before then, or I got to survive. But at the very least, you have Okama Way, which is helpful. I'm trying to think, like, how crazy would it be if they do their Zoro swings and you just like have like 2 Kikanojos and then an Enel on the board? It's like, oh, Okama Way, Kikanojo, okay, free life. That right and there, I mean, just interrupts them.
Yeah, usually I try to end my turns at like at least 2 life, so their Zoros are like swing. Oh, you're at 0, so I have the rest of my Dawn, you know what I mean, to attach to my Zoro, and like a 15. If you give me like a bunch of cards over turns, I can combo out of 15s. But a lot of the times it's just like, oops, Okama Way into Kikunojo, I'll heal, and then on my turn I heal again with something, and then it's like I'm back at 2 life now, and so if you want to go all in with your Zoro swing again, do that. I used to play 4 Kikunojo, but with Ace coming out, I cut 1 Kikunojo to put an Ace in, and I'm trying it out. I don't know how much I love it, but we'll see. But yeah, what else? What other leaders? Yeah. What other leaders are piquing your interest?
Yeah. Let's see. You mentioned Dofi.
Yeah, same thing. 4-drop Dofi. They play other 4-drops, and I blow them up with Yamato, and then I just pressure them with 9K swings. And Kaido is a problem sometimes. But if I have like established, my thing with Dofi is usually they're not Kaidoing like as they get to 10 Dawn, because they're like trying to go wide and stuff like that, or they just don't see Kaido in a timely manner. And once I have like 2 to 3 bodies on board, it's just going like 9K swing, 9K swing, 9K swing, and those 4 cards that you drew go away really fast, and then you just pressure their life and stuff. And if they put a bunch of 4-drops on board and start swinging at you, you can just take them all, combo out of like necessary ones, Yamato shoot something, and then punch their board so they get low on hands. So then they feel the need to play Kaido, and then Kaido's never killing my big bodies because I'm always like trying to over combo him.
Yeah.
Or if I have to lose one, it's not the end of the world. If I have like 2 of them and I lose one, and then I like swing leader and a body and then play another one, it's not it's not the end of the world that way. If they just like swing 12 raw, I can just blast breath out of it, or 2 2Ks. I mean, I play like It's like 12 2Ks or something. So there's a lot of
How
options.
do you deal with his aggressive board building?
I ramp fat. I ramp. So like if I go second against them, I just stick a VV or I stick a Bond Clay, and then my top end is unaffected by Gravity Blade. So they have just end up having more dead cards. Yeah, they have Red Rock, but how many Red Rocks are you playing versus seeing? I think Red Rock's a little bit on the lower end right now than Gravity Blade. So sometimes they just have dead cards. But I mean, it's really, I mean, when they just swing in like fours and fives at you, you can just you can lose your hand because your big bodies will, like I said, draw a card in the late game. So I can combo away like ones and 2Ks to like stave off the act. I usually just take the leader swing a lot of the time because sevens is such an annoying number to deal with,
No.
especially in the early game. That I just kind of take those, and then the ones I need to combo out of, I combo out of, and then once I get like one body on the board, we're playing clear the board the whole game. So if they see like a Jinbei off the top into a Weevil on turn one, and then a Jinbei into a Weevil, and if they just see like everything they need, I mean, maybe they were just meant to win that game in the long run, but that's usually Dofis usually can't chain like three Jinbeis by turn three, so
All right. Next is Nami.
just 9K swings all day. I don't know what everyone plays against, how everyone plays against Nami, but for me, I will like stick a big. I'll just stick like 3 or 4 big bodies, and then I'll swing 9 at Nami. They white snake. They white snaked plus a thing. Pass.
Does that mean that you like don't even like swing at them until you have 3 big bodies on the board?
Yeah, I usually slow play Nami because Nami is very good at like if you like swing a couple bodies at Nami over the course of a turn, like a few turns, they usually have enough resources to like stave off a few attacks a turn, and then like once they get to their big turns, they're like Sanji's peel off to recover my hand and stuff like that, or whatever. But if you're swinging, like if you start by swinging at them with nines and stuff like that, they have to white snake into like a 4K. And when you have 3 9K swings or two 9K swings plus your leader and maybe like a Gadatsu at 7 or something like that, they have to spend a lot of resources quickly. And then to recoup their hand, they're using like 3 Dawn to play a peel off, or maybe like 3 Dawn to play a Margaret, and then you're just going like, well, you have to expend so much quickly that Nami can't stabilize. That's the way I play against Nami, at least with this deck. I want them to have to expend in big chunks rather than little chunks across the whole game.
It sounds like you have a very consistent win rate against Nami.
Yeah, one of the guys that goes to the locals, he has been playing Nami or Enel consistently. He's really good with both of them. So we ran a bunch of Nami games, and Nami's been so popular that people who have never touched Nami, like myself, like have been playing Nami. So there's just like 3 or 4 like really good players that always have Nami on the back burner, and so we've just been running the matchups randomly, and it's a great like Nami still always has the chance to beat somebody and can always even still beat me, but the way I've consistently found to beat it is put enough big bodies on the board and just do that game plan. Yeah. So
recently we've been seeing some Boas topping. How do you feel against Boa?
I think she's just worse Dofi, honestly. She's still good. I think she's great, but I think Dofi's just more consistent, more explosive. And then, that's just, they both play Kaido to recoup their hands. So their deck lists are like almost 1-to-1, I think, a lot of the time. Obviously, Boa plays more removal because she draws often and stuff. But I think what she plays that removal, she lacks in the like overall killing power that Dofi has.
Moria.
Starvation game, same thing. Their biggest top end is 8-drop Moria. So they play their little weenies and they aggro me. And Moria never gets above like 5 cards in hand, it feels like. So you just shoot their board and you tempt them to attack you. You're like, ooh, I'm almost dead. And then they're like, gotta kill them then. And then you blow up their stuff, and then they run out of hand size. And then you just, like I said, you get like 2 or 3 bodies on board. You punch them down really low, and they're just gonna snap take those cards because they're hungry for the value. And then you don't die, and then you just go like, okay, you have like 5 or 6 cards in hand. 9. Oh, you comboed out of those? Okay, pass. I'm still not dying again, and you're at like 2 cards in hand. Like, what's your Moria gonna do for you? You're gonna revive a blocker, and then it doesn't matter. So, and when your top end doesn't exceed my top end, like when we tie at 9s, I usually have a bigger advantage against them because I'll just start dawning up and punching their 9s back. So that's how I play. I don't think I've lost to a Moria yet for that. exact reason.
Interesting. Like even with all that summoning they do, like the characters they have
Yeah,
to bring out. Hmm.
yeah, it's a pain when they play a bunch of Peronas and like eat away at your hand, but
Mm.
you're never giving them resources until it vaguely doesn't matter. So it's the same with Black Yellow. It comes down to how many Morias can you chain, and how my like if I'm seeing like a decent to better hand, like I'll probably be fine. But if I'm seeing like a lot of bricks, like I played a Black Yellow, I played a Lucci actually a couple weeks ago, and it was like turn like 7 or something, and I had only seen an 8-drop Croc as like my only top end, and I was
Yeah.
like, I can't believe I haven't seen anything else, and I scooped because I was just angry, and it was like. I was just like, I've never actually scooped at a locals before, but I was like frustrated, and I was like, dude, I haven't seen any top end all day today. That's not how this deck functions. Like I shouldn't see all my Kikunojos and all my 2Ks and all my Gadatsus, and
Mm.
I should have like at least a Croc in there somewhere and a Yamato. But yeah, these games can go super long when you don't give them any resources and you just keep their boards nice and clean. Because when they don't have rush and they're only swinging their leader at you, you just heal back that 1 damage every turn,
Mm.
and then just try to keep the board clean.
Well, we kind of touched on Lucci, but Lucci.
He's a pain. Yeah, he's consistently a pain. With Enos Lobby being banned, I'm actually really curious to see what is going to be a problem, because I think between him, Garp, and a couple other decks, other black decks, I think they're gonna be really consistent.
Mm.
And with like 9-drop Kaido and 7-drop Jack coming out next set, I'm actually worried about how good Black's removal is going to be. So that's why OP08's got me a little worried about Croc, but we'll see how it goes.
Give me 1 second. I gotta close the door real quick. 2 seconds.
You're good, man.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah, it's a NS lobby is just so consistent, making all your characters either 6 or 5 or 7, and then they just add it with like their Hamepos, and just like it's such a clear way to get rid of bigger bodies, especially if you summon like once per turn. I can see Lucci being a problem, but then again, because you ramp so fast, that's just the only differentiator. If like, okay, maybe they have to deal with your board so much. But yeah,
Yeah, but Lucci gets to do this cool thing where like they can remove before attacking, which a lot of black leaders have like struggled with that. Like Moria cannot do it usually against me. So like if I go first, I'm not doing anything on 1. They play stage on 2 and I play VV on 3. They can just go like tap the stage, lower VV to 1, play Brook, shoot it, now attack with leader. And I go like, okay, cool. I'm like so far behind now because I lost a card for nothing. They still have the Brook to kill stuff on the board, and I'm not ramping. So like usually when you don't ramp, it means like I have to take an extra turn to live through like the storm to get to the bigger bodies. So Lucci being able to consistently remove Vivi like before attacking was a problem. Is a problem. And it's gonna be the same for like Garp and stuff too. Like Garp will be able to like attach to Dawn or something like that and like play an event, shoot her. So like we'll see how it goes. But yeah, with stage it was more annoying. I would usually just mull for Bond Clay and then just like get the guaranteed 1 ramp and then be like, okay, let's go from there. So yeah, Lucci can definitely be annoying.
would you say like
I'm also
a little favorite for Lucci, like 40-60?
he's probably a little favored. It depends because also depends on like who's piloting the Lucci deck. Sometimes like middle, like not trying to be offensive, but like middle of the road players will play Lucci and they won't see the line to remove something, or it's kind of the same with Sakazuki. Like have you ever played a good Sakazuki player? You're like, oh dang, like I thought this deck wasn't too bad, but then you play a good Sakazuki player and you're like, I see why that people have a problem with it. And also a lot of Lucci players like weren't playing Ice Age for a little while, so I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. Don't play Ice Age to out my big bodies. But then like some people in my play group, like there's another Alex in our play group, and he just jam Ice Age in like every deck that plays black, and he'll just be like, yeah, I don't like that card, Ice Age, kill it. You're just like, so it depends on the caliber of Lucci players. So the higher tier Lucci players probably more towards like 40% against them. I think it just comes down to who draws better usually.
All right, 2 more left. Black Yellow Luffy.
It's the same strategy. Just play the Starvation game with them, and then heal, put big bodies on the board, and then pray they don't see a billion Sabos. That's usually what it comes down to. Like if their game plan goes like Flampe, Hiyori, like whatever to take the last life or something, because I'm never giving them life. Like I don't. I let Luffy like I let them do as much as they can like to themselves.
Mm.
So like if they play a Flampe and take a life, and then play a Hiyori and then like take a life and put someone on the bottom, I know I gotta have to worry about like whatever it is on the bottom of that deck. But we'll get there when we get there. So it's the game plan is put a couple big bodies on the board. When they get to like one life, go really hard against them, like as hard as possible. And then when they start doing their leader heal game plan,
Mm.
it's just pray they don't see a Jillian Sabos. But yeah, you can. I mean, it's you can still get there because you have, like I said, big bodies, and sometimes you're like, oh, I'll swing like 995 or whatever.
Mm.
Like I like to swing 5 a lot at like leaders when there's 6K blockers out too. Like I really like to do that. And people are like, "Oh, it's so inefficient. They just block for free." And I'm like, "Yeah." And then I take my 9Ks and I run into their blockers. Like so then it drains their hand if they want to keep that stuff. So
Yeah.
it's like I said, I can live through like a ton of stuff because the thing about Luffy is they don't apply a ton of pressure like consistent. They're very good at applying consistent pressure, but they don't apply a ton of pressure in big bursts. Usually, they're trying to like establish a Moria and then like establish a 5-drop Luffy and then a heal with a Sabo and then like or maybe it's an Ace and then a Sabo or something.
Mm.
And then they want to do that for a couple turns and like weed your hand down and then like then go, okay, I'm like a 9K swing on the then a 9K swing on this Moria, and then a 9K swing on Ace. And that's usually how I've dealt with Luffy's in the past. So it comes down to, I have big bodies too, so let's play the who has more cards game, usually.
Yeah, it's nice about your bodies because they are 9K. So even if he does his little baby
Yeah.
brothers, gets to 9, you have so many like big swings already on top of the Dawn that you can attach to set aside. And say, for example,
Yeah.
you swing, you have 2 Dawn left. You're like, oh, okay, well, try to end the game with Okama Way and Blast Breath.
Yeah, and once you get to like 2 to 3 bodies on board, because you're not because they have a problem. Maybe not now because of with Egghead Luffy and like Ice Ages in the deck. They might be able to remove my stuff more consistently now. But once I get to like 2 to 3 bodies on board, we're just going like okay, play the body, protect the life. I'm at 2-ish. Like how many attackers do they have? Like you play that, how many attackers do they have, and how much life do I have, etc. And then you just take a turn off from healing, and then going like okay, like 9 with leader. Okay, now I have 6 Dawn left. Then you go like, okay, 11 with Croc, 11 with Yamato,
Mm.
like, 9 with Enel or something like that. And then if they swing back at your board, that's usually how they lose. But there's always that pressure of like going for game, especially when you have bigger hand sizes that like people get so worried about going for game. So they go for board, and that can sometimes be a mistake. So Luffy's still a great deck. I think it's with it evolving in OP08, it's going to be, like I said, interesting with it adding Ice Ages and Kuzan 4 and Kuzan 10. We'll see where it goes,
Mm.
I think, realistically. And like again, Jack is a dumb card, like 9-drop Kaido's a dumb card. So we'll see what the deck evolves into and where the meta shifts.
Yeah, and now.
Ramp faster, play big bodies.
Yeah, I think you talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to play your big bodies first. You have the ability to gain life. Do you feel
Yeah,
feel very favored against Enel, I imagine?
I feel pretty favored against Enel. Yeah, Enel would have to like draw very consistent life heals against me, and and the thing about Enel is, like I said, they don't see a lot of their deck. I do. Like I see a lot more, and also like you have to think too. Miss Valentine's a searcher, so when like I check top 5 and like grab a Croc out of it, I know. Okay, maybe I only saw one Croc, and I know I put like 4 cards at the bottom that weren't Croc, so like I can see more cards more consistently to get to my healing pieces. Whereas a Nell has to just kind of raw draw them,
Mm.
and that can be inconsistent when you're only playing like 8 to 10 big bodies that heal you. So it's usually the game plan against a Nell is we just kind of they always attack because they try to get cute with Onami and stuff, and I'm like that's just a -1 out of your hand still, buddy. Like Onami is still a -1, so yeah, I feel pretty comfortable as a Nell, and I feel pretty comfortable saying Croc is like the purple yellow version of Enel.
Mm.
I feel like it's a pretty safe assumption. Just with the whole never dying thing.
Well, with that being said, I think a lot of this is still very new for a lot of people. Like, I don't think a lot of people even have ever played the 8-drop Crocodile or a lot of the Baroque Works. So, this next
Yeah.
segment is we're going to make Have you seen the movie Ghost?
No, I don't think so.
It's like the scene where like the ghost guy goes behind, like the girl's like building this.
Oh,
clay
the
in his hands.
pottery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna play a sim game like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna play it, and you're just gonna like guide my steps. Or okay, here's a better example. Shaman.
Should I just
King.
like whisper? Should I just whisper in your ear the whole time? Like, no, Patrick, don't do that.
Have you seen?
Not
The,
Patrick,
you could if you
Petros,
wanted
Jesus.
to, but I don't know if the viewers. Have you seen Shaman King, the anime?
Dude, not in so long.
It,
Not since it was like airing on Toonami,
Or-
maybe? Did it
yeah,
air?
yeah. We could do like JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
yeah.
there we go.
Okay, I'll be your stand, yeah.
Oh, let's see what
Okay.
matchup we can get.
Welcome to One Piece ASMR.
That's the only tough part about the finding matches is like sometimes I like click a match and they're just like not there, and I have to like reopen Sim because it's just stuck there.
Yeah. Man, the sim makes me feel so invincible. Like I don't even really play Croc on the sim, like honestly. Like I like playing Croc against like really strong opponents. But sim, you can just play like anything on sim. Like I've been messing with your aggro Nami list on sim, and
yeah.
like you just beat people, and you're like, dude, how you die into Nami? Like,
Hey, I might bring that to regionals just for fun. Okay, so,
I did make a bunch of changes. I put like the 5-drop blocker ace in. Cause he draws 2 and then tucks 2 back on top or on bottom. So when you're like bricked up, you can unbrick yourself.
do I keep this hand?
Your stream's closed.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I gotta reshare my screen.
Yep.
Share screen
Are you going first or second?
first.
Do you have VV?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
just
keep
kept
this
it,
hand.
so-
That's fine.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
want
that's-
the opponent
that's-
to leave.
This hand's like actually like pretty good actually.
It looked good, but I wanted to make sure that like you're playing through me right now.
Right. So I mean your turn's just gonna be play VV pass.
Okay, makes sense. Now, when you say VV, just so people know, it's Miss Wednesday.
Yeah.
They haven't
Oh,
seen
that's
it
right.
yet.
Not everyone's seen One Piece.
Yeah.
I get it.
Let's see, very good effect. It's
Garp
probably
is gonna-
enough for
yeah.
him not to even swing at us. Oh, I guess he does. So use the
Yep.
action.
So use card action, yep. And then yep. The worst part about playing Croc on Sim is when you have a bunch of 8-drop Crocs. Like if you go no, just no blocker. Just take it. And then no trigger. It's fine. When you play like if one of the guys from my playgroup, Jason, also has a YouTube channel and he was messing around with my Croc deck and he had like 4 Crocs out and you have to like click no on all their effects every time they attack. It's really frustrating. So you can either okay, so this is a weird situation. I would probably just like let's see, you have 7 Dawn, right?
Yeah, 6
I 6 Dawn. I would attach 2 Dawn and swing at him first.
with my leader.
Yeah. So if he takes this hit, then you play Kiku Nojo. If he didn't take the hit, I would just say probably play Blonde Play. But you can play Kiku Nojo now. No, are you kidding? He really hit the Egghead Luffy on the attack.
I gotta expect it.
That's so frustrating. It's fine. You're gonna be at 8. You're gonna be at 8 next turn, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, now you just 2K out of this one.
Any preference?
Either one, no. Yeah, no. The 2Ks are the only 2K you have to consider is Flampe, and that's such a narrow like effect that you don't really need to worry about it. Awesome. So you can remember how I said you slow play Luffy?
No.
You can ignore that now. So we're in actually a really good position. You can just start. You can go 5, 6, and then play Katakuri and then heal Kiku Nojo if you want.
So 5.
Yeah, I was gonna say
6.
Yep. Or we can play Bond Clay, or you can, like I said, you can save the Katakuri if you want to like heal something to the bottom of his life to mess with him, or you can play it now and heal Kiku Nojo. So honestly, it's really either one. You don't want to play Croc until you're at 10 Dawn.
So play Katakuri first, right?
Yeah. We'll try Katakuri. Normally I would save this for like a later thing, but so then heal Kiku to your or Garp. Yeah, you can heal Garp to the bottom if you want.
I'm tempted about
That's
the
probably-
Garp.
Just do it.
we
It's
get
okay.
Garp-
No. Heal Garp. Yeah, heal Garp.
Bottom left?
Bottom life, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you heal it to the top, then they can just right away take it.
Oh.
I mean, if he has Hiyori, I guess it doesn't matter. He'll take it either way. But
he's at an 8
I
Dawn
did-
turn. Curious.
yeah, ideally you would have been at 9 Dawn that turn because of Vivi, and then you could have played Croc, gone back down to 7, and then if he doesn't remove Vivi again, then Vivi will ramp you back to 10 the next turn. So I don't like playing Croc unless I'm at like 9 or 10 Dawn, because the Dawn -2 really hurts if you end up stacking Dawn minusing effects, and then you go way too low, and then you start being inconsistent on how you can play your big bodies. Oh, see, he took a life with Luffy. God, how many cards does he have in his hand?
11.
So many. Okay, well he had the Hiyori. So actually Hiyori, I lied. Hiyori's actually bad for them because they lose 2 cards because the Garp goes to the bottom. and then he can't replace the life. So
I don't know if
I
he
forgot
knew.
about that.
I don't know if he knew that though. I'm curious.
I don't
Probably
think I don't
did.
think he
Probably
knew.
did.
I don't know. I mean, maybe
Or okay, yeah, that's fine. So he summons these two.
he's gonna attack. I bet you he texted Kiku. Oh, he's just gonna blow it up with the rocket boots.
I mean,
That
it's
Luffy
fine.
is so good. Luffy's so good.
Plays two babies out of his hand. Boom, boom.
If he has them.
So he's gonna just have the
Okay,
salvo.
that's really minus. Maybe I think he maybe messed up.
Could be. Because the thing about the flampe is like he doesn't gain it in hand, which a lot of people don't realize because his face up.
Oh, and he also didn't draw a card for that too, didn't he? He also didn't get to draw off the flampe.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah, no.
Do I ever?
You could just let it. You could just let it die.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
He's at 7, and he's got a blocker. I feel like we just swing big with 6 cards in hand.
Yeah, so you can just take this one.
Let's see, draw a card, draw
Yep.
Dawn.
I got another Katakuri. Oh my god.
So we got 10. And he's 7 with 1 blocker. Do we ever? Let's think.
So you can swing like I would swing. Oh wait. Oh he's at 7.
Yeah,
Made a mess. LOL. Yes, he did. I would just say you could just attach 2 Dawn to Katakuri, swing 10, and then play Croc.
If he doesn't like, if he counters out or if he blocks, then we can go for game. If he counters out,
if he block, if he blocks, you can go all in.
I like that because this 8 Croc is still very viable. Instead of going the 11-12 route, this is at least like a very valid play.
Yeah, and it also sets up your own way. So if he ever swings like 8 at you or something, you can Okama Way into Croc, and the Croc's a 9.
Yeah.
So like he won't die. Oh, and he lost an ace and a Sabo. Yeah. See, now this is just kind of over. You just play a Croc heal. He will mathematically not be able to kill you.
Okay.
Bam. Just pass. Yeah, because you can't do any damage.
I think what messed him up was when we put the Garp. I mean, for some reason, I don't know why he was thinking. He's just probably used to. Man, both of these
it's just
bad.
Really bad. That's the thing too. Yeah, it's funny because if he had just done it in a different order, all he had to do was play the flampe to take the top life, and then he Luffy's the second life.
Yeah, 2/2 block.
See, this is where stuff gets kind of annoying because now he's a 9K leader, and we has 2 blockers. It's like he has no cards in hand, but it's still. Oh yeah, there's 2 cards in hand. Excuse me. So he's got what? 2 attacks plus his leader.
But the thing is, we're 8K characters, so as long as these guys survive, we could actually probably go for lethal.
I would say, use your Croc action because it's free. Oink, and
probably one of these.
No, you want to because I think you can Katakuri the Moria to his life, and then then he's even because if you Katakuri the Moria to his life, he can't leader effect next turn. Well, so you can just really get rid of a 1K.
Okay, because I gotta count.
Or you can get rid of Yamato probably actually if you want to, because you can't kill anything anyway.
Okay, yeah, so, I can get rid of. I'm trying to think. I just want to make sure he lives, but the 7K can't do anything. So
yeah, drop the Yamato. That's fine.
Okay, got it.
Because you also have to live through the Luffy attack too, so you have to 2/1/1.
I guess both these Bonclays instead of the blocker.
It doesn't. No, because the Luffy's probably gonna swing 8 at the Katakuri anyway, so you're gonna lose either one. Yeah, I guess keep the blocker. You're right.
On the off chance he doesn't swing at the Katakuri, but no, he's always going to swing there. You're right.
Yeah, and then if he swings at leader, he's an idiot.
Oh no, dude! I could have done Okama Way here.
it's fine. Just you just take this one.
Oh, do I Okama Way again? No.
No. Just take it. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Draw a card. Draw Dawn.
All right. So before you play anything, let's try to clean up the board. So you want to go what? Like, let's go 9 or 10 at Luffy, maybe. So we have two Dawn to mess with. So we can go like 10 at Luffy, 9 at Ace, and then we can play Katakuri and put Moria back in his life.
I get that, but wouldn't it be possible for us to swing 11, 11, 11, 11, and just potentially win this game right now?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's true. Actually, you're right.
Because like if I swing 11 with this, I'm only committing 2 Dawns. If he blocks.
Oh wait, he's a 9K.
Yeah.
So 11. But then if he has a 2 and a 1, you die on the crackback? I don't think you even die on the crackback, honestly. If you want to, yeah, I'd say go for it, but I think you could just draw it out another turn and then guarantee your win. But yeah, if you want to go 11-11.
We can guarantee a win. No, I'm actually down for that.
Yeah.
So what
do you want to remove? You want to remove Luffy more, right? Because he's a problem. So just a Dawn attached to Croc. Just Dawn 1 on Croc.
This one?
Yep. On the 8 drop, yeah. Yep. And then just punch the Luffy in the face.
Let's see what he does. Okay.
All right. So then Dawn 1 and then punch Ace.
On this guy, right?
Yep, Katakuri. Yep. Oh wait, actually, wait. We don't heal the Moria because then he can take the life with Luffy. How many babies does he have in trash?
Let's see. I see one, two,
One
three,
Sabo.
four,
How many Sabos? Three
three.
Sabos,
Yeah.
and only one Luffy. So you could heal the Luffy back to his life, and then if he has a Moria or a baby, then
It's a
he's just better.
it's a baby Ace, not a baby Luffy.
Oh, it's a baby Ace.
Yeah.
So I'd say Moria healed the Luffy back to his life.
Okay, so play 8-drop.
I mean Katakuri. Yeah.
And put this in his life?
Yeah, put the Luffy back.
Not the
Because if you
Moria?
put the no, because if you put the Moria back, then he activates the Luffy's effect
True,
and just
true.
gets rid of it anyway, and he can still do all of his plays. If he has like now it takes a 1K, or he just has the baby. It's fine. He's just better. But it can't attack us now, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You're not in danger of dying this turn. All right. So what's the last card in his hand? Is it another Moria? Is he just better?
No, it's just Luffy. Let's see, 1, 2, 3.
9K.
So I think he just kills our characters and then he just we
Yeah,
can't
but
delete
we're
them.
just cancel.
Cancel? Okay.
Yep, let it happen. And then if he swings at Croc, if he Dawn Force and swings at Croc, you can either save it, right? It's 13. You'd have to draw something. You can Okama Way into the Katakuri, actually. So yeah, so go ahead and use card action now. Yep. And then it doesn't really matter what you discard.
Anything?
Probably just the Bond Clay. I think we're winning next turn. And then you just Okama Way into Katakuri.
Okay, so click this.
Yep. Mhm.
So no blocker. Come
Yep.
away.
And then yep. There you go.
Resolve.
Yep, and then resolve. And now you just go 9-15 to win. Because he has no.
He doesn't have cards, but like this.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. He has a
Yeah.
Sabo.
Yeah.
I'm completely blind, aren't
No,
I?
no,
Jesus.
you're fine. No worries. But we saved the Croc. Oh, okay. Well, he surrendered. So.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, you could have also just gone like 9 at leader, and then he has to block with Sabo most likely, and then you just punch the Moria, and then you just play the Gadatsu, and then you're like, what are we doing here, bud? You have one card, which would have been a Makino, and he's not. Again, you have 3 life, so he's not killing you. Are they 3 dead cards? What do we have in life?
Yeah, he can't get rid of a 5 cost, so he'd have to figure out a way to summon this. Like he'd have to top deck, but it's Makino, so
yeah.
No, but then he plays this, and then he would summon.
It can't add it back to his hand because it has to cost add it to hand.
Oh, true.
It says it's face up, it goes to the bottom. Yeah.
But even though he can't add it to hand, he can still use his leader ability to summon 2 cards to his life. You know,
True.
Yeah, and then like he would just have like 2 life that we'd have to go through plus these characters. Granted, we can probably pop his characters. So let's say this dies, this is dead. So he has 2, 3. He swings. We can summon this. No, I think we're definitely just winning.
Yeah.
Because we'll just have too many characters.
The Beji off the top hurts, but
let's see. Let's get another game in. This is still a practice game.
Oh goodness.
First or second?
Go second.
Second.
Go second.
Right. It's good.
Yeah, always take the draw. Always it doesn't. So Mole for Bond Clay, I guess. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. I've never drawn this many bricks. Jeez. Oh man, can we wait that long for Nami? You really gotta draw this Bond Clay off the top like a champion. Oh, he sucks. Just take it, right?
Take it. Okay.
I mean.
Yeah,
right. Like.
Oh, there we go.
Perfect, Petros.
Oh, both. We had it on top.
We're gonna get it either way. Yeah, so just slam up Bond Clay and pass.
Wow. What was a brick is now very.
Yeah, this hand it's gonna be a very hard next couple of turns for this Nami. How bad is this guy's hand that he Belmir? I mean, it's a 5K swing, right? You just take it. Is he trying is this your list?
I don't play Belmir.
Did you plant this guy to just come here and play Battle Nami? Like
oh no.
So now just drop an L and then pass it.
Pass it? Okay.
Yeah, no need to attack yet. I think our first attack's gonna come with like when you play like because the next turn can either be Yamato or Croc, probably Croc, honestly. Or no, we're at 9. And
I'm
then
just more worried about the Belmir trashing 7 if they swing at me. Well, okay, they should have just attached all of this and like swing at us. I think not like save 2. Wow, they don't trust
6, 7. Yeah, you can just combo out of this.
Yeah, you're the one that should disappear, right? Or these?
Yeah, it's fine. Trash an ace.
Yeah. Okay.
No, actually, wait, hold on. We don't have to heal with ace to get it. Trash the Yamato, I think.
Okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Take it.
Yeah, you can just take it. Yeah.
Oh man, we're playing some. It's getting scary.
No, it's fine. No, it's fine.
Okay,
so now you can just play Yamato and then shoot the. We just get rid of the Yamato, didn't we?
Yeah.
He saw us trash the honor. He's like, idiots. Okay, yeah, just I mean, swing at the Belmere and try to kill it because
With
we don't want to deal with that. That's you
Bonclay?
can swing with Ace first. Ace, Enel.
Okay. Well, but the Bonclay is like, if he dies, I can't use it. The 5k. Well, okay. Well, if he counters, that's even better. So I can
Yeah.
swing 5k
So
into it.
yeah, how much Dawn do we have?
9.
You can attach a Dawn too.
So for 6k on Bonclay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, maybe we should have comboed that attack. I wasn't thinking about it. I was like, we just have Yamato to heal back to 2.
You're fine. It's like when I was looking at that, I was like, Belmere's kind of scary.
So you can just swing. You can just swing at it again
5.
and see. Yeah, and either you can play Croc to heal, or you can get Datsu to kill it.
Yeah.
So if he saves it again, I'd probably just shoot it with Gedatsu. I think you're right. The milling the 7th is going to be annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let him get his cute little mill 3.
I'll leave Troy.
And
on that.
yeah, you just leave it up 3. That's fine.
Okay.
What is happening?
6, 4.
6 for leader.
Oh, I can let that go, right?
Yeah, bye ball and clay. Yeah. So now we can either ace or we can crocodile.
Oh,
So I think
yeah,
if you ace, I think if you ace, I think we can just start punching him. If you croc, we can take another turn to do it. So
okay, 5, 6, 7, then ace.
how much is he at?
5 life?
No, cards in deck.
30?
30? Yeah, let's do it. We got a ways to go. Give me another white snake. Yeah, okay. If he tapped all his Dawn, I would say. Wait, what did he just do? He bounced the Belmere? Why?
I don't know why. I was so scared of that Belmere too.
Yeah, so then just ace. We get the heal anyway, and then just punch him.
Yeah.
Yep. So if he hits us, we can just either combo out or take it, then play the another ace and just keep going with the pressure.
Yeah. I don't mind taking it just because we now. Like if Belmere was on the field, no, but now like he had to summon again for some reason. Like Belmere.
I wonder if he just.
Yeah.
He must have just misclicked. It's probably just Sim misclicking.
I don't know. I feel like he's just bad.
That's true. He is very aggressive for. He's like playing a normal Nami list too. Like, I get it if he was gonna like whirlwind slam a Kaido on us and like go for it, but like he's not.
It's just Belmere. Like, there's no on play ability. There's 0 value returning it to hand unless you're using it as a 1k, which you weren't doing anyways.
Yeah, I put this in your battle Nami list as like a 3 of 2. Just in case you don't see like the Jinbei stuff, you just play it and then
they have to deal with it. They can't let it go.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Well, how many cards in the deck is he at?
24.
29, 24. Okay, maybe just combo out of this one.
Combo? Okay.
Yeah. So I would say let's do this. Let's establish Croc this turn. So you can swing with everything still, but don't do the life heal. We don't need to heal. And because you want to get the Dawn minus effect in case we need to like Okama Way, or we want to filter out like Kiku Nojo or something so we have enough combo because he's being pretty aggressive.
So yeah.
No, yeah.
Does that mean 8, leave 2 Dawn aside, use 1 Dawn, so 6, 6, 7, 10, play the 8 drop, 6. Leave 1 Dawn for Okama Way for when Belmere strikes?
I would swing 6 at him first and see what he does. Because sometimes they like White Snake to go to 6 and then like combo 1 or something. Because then if he White Snakes, you can decide where you want to put the other Dawn afterwards.
Okay, so 6 first.
Okay, rubber band.
3 Dawn, 3. So I guess now
I'd say go. I'd say swing 7 first. Okay. So now we can swing 7 with Croc.
Well, I want to set aside 1 for Okama Way.
If he attacks you, you untap with the 8 drop.
Oh, you untap? Oh.
Yeah, because you Dawn minus. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Yep. No, you're good.
Okay, I'm gonna swing with the 10.
Oh no! Don't. If he takes it, I kind of want to slam another ace. No. Swing. Yeah, swing. Yeah, dude, I kind of want to swing another ace at him. Actually,
we can. This is your gameplay.
No, it's fine. Yeah, play the Croc. Play it a little safer. I think. Yeah. No, not really. But yeah, go ahead and just play the Croc.
9, 11. I don't know. He might not have it. Okay.
Well, he doesn't. The problem is he doesn't die. It just gives him more options if we give him another card right now. So just play the Croc.
All right.
He's not milling out next turn. No card action.
Right?
Yeah, because we want to make sure we get the ace rush next turn.
Yeah.
Yep. So kind of just how many cards we get in deck? In his 20. I mean, I would be shocked if he lives through next turn with what's he got 8 in hand.
It's like he leaves 10 Dawn up because these are all like non-counter events.
Well, if he leaves 10 Dawn up, then he's not milling through his deck. So that's the thing. So like this is a -1 out of his hand now, so he's at less cards. Oh, he plays Mihawk.
Yeah, I think one thing we haven't talked about is the fact that Crocodile when they attack you -1, you gain that Dawn back, then you Okama Way. So like someone might feel safe when all your Dawns rested, but reality is with this on the board, that's not the case.
Yeah. And sometimes you just take dumb attacks because they're like, oh, why'd they do that? Yeah, so go ahead and just -1, and then you can pitch the Kiku, and then Okama Way. Well, can you first off? Can you just combo out of this anyway?
So
2 suicide. Yeah, so go ahead and just get rid of everything. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So it's just to make sure counter out of all
Nope.
this.
Yeah. So no block. Yep.
So
2,
7,
4.
10.
Mhm.
All right.
Yep. Because this way we still get to Gadatsu. Like we can run into Gadatsu or Enel next turn, so like it just doesn't matter. Probably Enel, realistically. Sure.
I kind of want to Okama Way.
No, he's not gonna get anything from this.
Oh, because
So
he's
he's-
not, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because he doesn't have any Dawn. So you just take it, draw the card, ace, heal it back next turn. Thanks for the 1K.
Is it 10?
So
5, 6, 7, 10, 8, 9, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 10.
yeah, so yep, 5, 6, yep, exactly what you said.
Is it more Dawn efficient to actually attach the Dawn instead of playing the ace?
I don't know. I just like playing ace.
Okay. Oh yeah. Plus
I mean,
we go
yes.
wide, right? Mm.
Yeah, yes, you're probably right, but also I think we're fine as long as we don't let Belmir hit us. I think we're fine. Good
Alright.
hit her.
Let's see.
How many cards? Is he at?
18.
18. In my experience, Nami can mill like 10 to 12. Best case scenario, like.
Oh, but they're running out of Dawn super fast. Oof.
Yeah, exactly. His attaching 4 Dawn was a big deal.
So 6. Yeah, just keep to the
Yep,
6.
6. So weird having a Gadatsu on board. I didn't think we'd get this far. White Snake number 2? Okay.
7.
7.
They have a lot of cards in hand. Is the only thing I'm scared about.
So then 9.
Let me just do the math because they have 2 Dawn. We have 10 cards, 10 Dawn.
So
we could technically go 15, 14, 15.
So if his mathematically his best is he has 10K combo, right? So he has to have 5 2Ks or he has 2 Gavels, 2 cards to discard, and a 2K. I think that's the best he can do. 4K plus is 12. 12K is the best he can have. So he can have a 4K combo in his hand and then bounce a Kaya. So 14 actually. So
Okay.
14 is his best. So 14, if he picks up another card, it could be 16.
Yeah, so maybe he's still swing wide.
Yeah, I think you're fine. It's fine. Let's just believe. In the heart
Let's
of the cards.
believe. Gavel.
Snake Dance plus Bounce Kaya is so annoying. He would have already done it though. Love. Okay, love hurts.
6 just counters.
I actually, yeah, no, yeah, go ahead. He might just take it because he doesn't know we have another ace.
Yeah. So face or Belmare?
Yeah, F ace. No, you don't want to mill him with 3 cards.
Yeah.
We don't care about Belmir because she can just run into Gadatsu or whatever.
Yeah, and plus we have our away.
Oh, she got Snake Dance. He got Snake Dance on the top. So yeah, that's fine. So you just ace. Let's go.
Part of them is probably thinking they could actually swing for life if we had 1 life, but they don't know.
Yeah, no.
The Okama Way.
Oh, lost a Kaya. There you go.
So it's curious because like even if they had another turn, they pick up this card. Let's see if they actually could have done anything with that.
If we didn't have the ace. So the thing is they have 5. They have like 5 card draw through the turn. So they draw Spada, then they peel off and draw 2, and then they Kaya draw 2. So that can chain into a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And if we're assuming we didn't do the ace this turn, like that means that they would have to still have the other Kaya in hand. Oh no, wait, I was already calculating that. So yeah.
So it would have been. It's still a really. Oh, they're at 17.
Yeah, so they would have gone 16, 14, 12. It would have been. I don't think they had it.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't have the second ace.
The fact that they can't answer like your board that we've set up is just like these are just too big numbers.
Yeah, I think that's the problem with Nami is like it can't deal with like there are variations of Nami that like are built to be like if you're gonna stall me, we can play this and we'll do it, and I'll like put 3 Mihawks on board and then like draw 6 or whatever.
Are you?
But like it.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Reiju, go ahead. Yeah, if that's what you were gonna say. Yeah, sure.
It's such a scary deck.
Whatever you want to play against, man.
Whatever. I'm more seeing what's available. Like the market, like sometimes people post it and it's hard to enter. All right, last one. Because this is a black deck.
He chose to go first. I don't really like that hand that much.
But I guess he's kind
of. But it has the bond is the problem.
But these are kind of like. Oh, but we can trash them with a queen, I guess.
Yeah, no, hit Mulligan. It's fine. Okay, this isn't bad still. So we're gonna miss Mountain.
Ooh.
I'd probably just grab block play.
Yeah,
I think.
because we're gonna be 4 next turn.
Man, this is lame.
Why,
Because the
why?
Kiku, because I want to play the Kiku, but if I, to play the Kiku, it means you have to punch him for 2 life, and I hate giving Moria life. Sometimes I also just, I would say after, if you don't get like a Enel or something, I would just play Kiku anyway and let them kill it and be like, haha, you didn't get the life heal. It's like, whatever. You killed my Kiku Nojo, oh no.
Okay, so I think I just counter out of this, right?
If he prolonged this, man.
Oh, he's probably going to. Or Absalom. Nice.
Oh, please Absalom. Because then he has no cards in drop.
It has to be Absalom, right? Because it's just these 3 cards.
Yeah, because he discarded the Absalom or something.
Oh, it's... Yeah, I think he's still deciding.
Oh yeah, trash Absalom, trash 2 cards from deck. Yeah, so I would combo out of this. Just because it gives him less incentive to Perona.
Yeah. Beige, right? Or
Yeah,
Vivo,
bitch is
right?
fine.
Okay.
It's either one. Hello, Vivi. So yeah, I would pawn play. Although he doesn't have an Absalom now. No, it's fine.
Do I
It's
swing
fine.
first, though? Just in case trigger?
I would just not give him a card.
Oh,
I would just play.
him.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
play the Bond Clay. Yep. This is gonna be a really long YouTube video because we're just like playing like
Flampe?
slow,
Question
grindy,
mark? Or just leave it at that?
and yeah, just end turn. Yep.
No, I don't mind it. Honestly, like, I edit the videos anyways to make it, like, optimal length. But I think gameplay like this, like, especially because this is I would say it's not an easy deck to learn, especially because a lot of people don't play Baroque Works. So to have, like, this kind of walkthrough that we're doing now, I think this is where people learn the most.
Yeah, the really cool Baroque Works list too are there's a guy at our locals that almost exclusively plays Blue Purple Croc.
I got some...
Did he trash any?
Yeah,
Did he revive anything? What did he
nope.
pay 2 Dawn for? Oh, so he's just a bad player.
He just...
Okay.
He was trying to risk it for the biscuit type thing.
Yeah, I would just pitch 2K because same thing with Perona. You just want to play around Perona for a little bit, and also maybe he'll attack with Absalom.
Yeah, I see a 7K swing in the works.
But yeah, the blue purple Croc list still gets to play Okama Way. It still plays the 8-drop Croc. It gets that really sweet EBO1 Das Bones, the 5-drop. So when you're like losing all the events in your hand because you draw with them and stuff, then Das Bones becomes like a 9K. Just eat that attack. Just go ahead and take that. Yum yum.
I'm assuming I take this.
Yeah, go ahead and take it. Yep. No trigger.
No trigger?
No trigger. Nope, you don't need the ramp.
Okay.
All right, so now go. Just swing 5 at him the first time.
With Bonclay?
So yeah, swing Bonkley at him. That's fine. Oh, we let it die. Oh, how rude of him. So you can just play Kiku Nojo and pass, or play Kiku and Miss Valentine or Miss Wednesday. Sorry. There we go. Perfect. Now we'll be at 10 Dawn next turn with nothing to play.
9 Dawn. Oh no, unless he he doesn't kill this Wednesday. I've never seen this. It's actually so interesting seeing it live, like not swinging at Moria.
Yeah, if we don't see a bomb, we're probably gonna have to start swinging at him because we just need to start applying some pressure. Although, how does Moria cost reduce? Oh, there it is. He's gonna go. He's gonna go for the Kiku probably.
Yeah. Kiko leader ability Absalom 7K swing, but if they Hina our Kikos, they can't Hina our big costs.
Yeah.
Well, we got to see them too.
The worst part is if he swings at play, which he probably will. Boo.
Do I do this?
It's fine. Yeah, so he's got to resolve his one attacking first.
Okay, I mean, I could block, I'm guessing.
So yeah, you go ahead and use VV first. Honestly, I don't... Actually, I mean, yeah, right? Maybe. So yeah, use card action. Wait, did he not Absalom? Oh no, Vivi's got to go first. That's right.
Okay.
So now he'll kill your Nojo. If you want to save it, you can definitely save it.
I don't know if it's worth it, just because he's gonna Absalom it back, like KO it anyways.
Yeah, that's all right. You can let it go. It's fine.
No, but you're right, because it swings back for 5K rather than swing for 4.
Yeah. So there's some like niche scenarios where you like can play Ace and stuff like that, and if you have VV on board, VV will untap your Dawn for you. But it's probably fine. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, let's block it just to swing back. I feel like VV, like anything I put out now is just gonna die, but I might as well swing the 5K out.
Right, Croc.
No,
what's up with all these 2Ks, Sim? What's up with all these 2Ks?
I'm thinking.
I don't really. This is one of those turns where I've never encountered something like this. Oh yeah, Flampe. There you go.
Yeah.
This is the new tech.
Take top left.
There you go. Yeah, sure.
Nice. I'll take this. So
nice.
you can swing big.
And you can establish another. And you can establish another Kiku Nojo too.
Yeah. So 5 Dawn. We can swing 7, 8.
So, yep. He's gonna take these anyway. Wait, what did we get from the top of our life? Just so I know. Was it Kiku?
I think it was the Miss Wednesday. I think we drew the Kiku. I can't tell for a sec. I can check.
Yeah, I think it was the miss Wednesday. I think you're right. So yeah, 8, and then just play a Kikunojo. Now it'll heal us, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh, giving more your cards. This one.
Desperate times.
It's okay. He'll swing something at bomb play, and then
He might not
what's he
though,
at?
like if he has Absalom just to KO it.
Is he at 7?
Oh no, it's cost.
Excuse me.
You're right.
Is he at 7 Dawn or
No.
9 Dawn? He's at 9. Okay.
Yeah.
If he doesn't have anything to more yet.
I would.
This is one of those like he should have milled. He should have used what's her name, Cindy,
Sindri,
to mill.
He might have not seen it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to just swing at us like crazy right now. That would hurt a little. If we don't see any big bodies.
Oh, we got fucking 4 2Ks. Oh, sorry. We have like 4 2Ks in deck or hand.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. He is swinging.
Mm-hmm. Just because like Bond play less of a threat than us being at 0. That us being at 0 life would be big for him.
Did he miss again?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Dude, what is this guy? What is he playing? Navy Moria? Like
maybe.
Yeah.
I'm guessing I counter this, right?
Yeah, go ahead and counter that.
I low-key would take a life just to see my big bodies. Like
that's what happens. You want to take the life because you're like, I'm gonna heal it anyway. But then if you don't see your big bodies, then you're in trouble. So
he's throwing
also
if he doesn't swing right now, at least to the long play.
Yeah, some of the things I do to mess with people a lot of the time is like I won't combo Veggies until like absolutely have to, just so they always have to have that in the back of their head too. Even though I only ever draw my Veggies, like that's all I ever do.
I was like thinking that same thought earlier, but I was like,
just just take this one, man. We're just gonna throw caution to the wind this game.
There we go.
Perfect.
We needed it.
I didn't even swing at the Bond Clay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So now you can just start applying pressure back at him. So do something cute. Swing 5 at him first. Swing 5 at Hina. Just trust me. Just swing 5 at Hina, and then block it. Block it for the free value. Come on.
I'd be surprised if he blocks it. Like, even though he probably might, he should just let it go or count it or something. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but if you block it, blocks it. Oh, okay, that's fine. So he comboed out. So now you can just go 6 at it.
With which one?
I would just swing Kiku because you want Kiku. You want Kiku, and Kiku you don't mind if it gets attacked.
Yeah.
If he saves this, then you can just go 8 at it if you want to. Okay. So now you can go.
6 at leader.
Now you can also just like play Croc and pass. You don't have to attack with Bonk play. I would say we just have the 2 extra Dawn. It just is what it is.
The only reason why I'd consider swinging with Bonkle is because I don't think they KO the Kikunojo. They're gonna summon like some egg drop combo to KO it. This guy. But if I guess they would focus them to kill it.
He should have attacked it. He really should have attacked it last turn. I don't know why it's still alive. Honestly, yeah, you're right. Just swing at him.
Because if I
it should be dead.
If I swing, he blocks. Then I can just KO it with Ace.
You could Ace. That's fine. Yeah, that's true. Just copy the Absalom.
Even if he doesn't use effect on it, it's like he serves as a blocker now because they're gonna swing at it.
Oh my goodness. No.
Okay.
Yeah, because you like if he swings at you next turn with like Absalom, you'll be able to attack it back if you want to. But also, again, filtering is a big deal. We want to draw a bunch of cards.
Yeah. No, you're right. Good point. That actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the only way this is annoying is if he, for some reason, doesn't hit us to like heal. Because sometimes I heal to 2, and then I try to protect myself. Because when you heal from 2 to 3 with Croc and have another big body on board, your opponent it gets him really in a bad place. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? You're generally probably taking 1 hit this turn.
I hate to say
that's why you hate to say it. Go ahead.
I hate to say it, but like right now, this just feels like it's free. Like maybe they're not playing optimally. Maybe they're just whiffing super, super hard. But like so far, I'm not feeling the heat from this Moria at all.
Yeah. Well, they also didn't do very good opening, but we have also had like only combo power the whole game.
Wow.
So like
discard our hand, they just went straight for the crocodile.
Oh, so they're gonna Absalom Croc? No.
Yeah.
It's okay. You should still get your draw discard at least. So
use the effect?
Yep, go ahead and use it. Click it. And then use card action. You can probably get rid of Vivi if you want to.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that might be one of the first times I've seen someone use Perona for its minus cost.
Yeah, same actually.
Counter? Take?
What else do they have to attack? They have Absalom to attack with?
Yeah.
You can take this, because if they swing with Absalom, he's just going to go on Bonkley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, take it. Take it so you can ace. Yeah.
Ooh. No, I can't.
You can't do it. Yeah, no, you can't. If you had Yamato, yes, you could take, you could do it. But oh, they're also at 2 though.
One blocker. Yeah, I'll let that go.
Bonchondo, it's fine. Yeah. And then same thing. So swing 5 at the Absalon to see if he blocks, because you always want to bait the blockers so you have more stuff to attack.
I'm gonna assume
Right?
life
Yeah, might as well swing 6
and take the 10.
and then swing 10, and then he's gonna have 5 attacks potentially to try to go for game. Oh, blocked.
I was
Cool.
expecting
Now we
a
just
block
now
on
we
the
just
counter.
yeah now we just punch ace.
Yeah.
Yep. Solid. There's a little brotherly violence, you know.
Oh yeah.
You have siblings?
Older sisters.
Oh, okay. So you don't know about the brother on brother violence. Yeah, you've taken more emotional damage.
Let's see.
And you can always cat like Kiku Nojo back to your life too.
Yeah. No, for sure. Just thinking they have to see, like, they haven't seen their 8 drops yet, so I feel like they have it in hand.
Yeah. So what are we Moriaing back if we actually land the more? What? Suru into Rebecca into Brooke, maybe? It's like their best.
Something like that. They could have.
Let's see. Helmeppo to 7. No, they can't get. They'd have to have like Ice Age, right? To get rid of Ace. Ace is so hard for them to get rid of. Moria's like really bad at giant cost removal.
Yeah. He doesn't have that event, so.
What event?
The Ennis lobby.
Right.
Okay. I'll be surprised if he uses leader ability. Okay. Counter, right?
You can probably counter him with this one. Yeah, you can just 2K, and so you can either get rid of the Queen or the Searcher, because the Searcher you can play for 2 and pick up a Croc and heal if you want to next turn.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Just in case.
Yeah, you always have Katakuri to fall back on. He's the worst heal in the deck, but like he's a necessary evil.
No, for sure. And like the only reason why I'd pick that is also if I do Queen, I have to discard 2 anyways, and I don't want to get rid of Katakuri. I like holding on to these. This gives me a free search of 5 rather than just 2.
Oh, okay.
That is interesting.
7. Yeah, you can just take it.
I
Yeah,
can
then just
combo
out. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, so I would go Miss Valentine first.
Okay.
To see, yeah. So see if you can get a Croc.
But question for you. Question.
Yeah.
Would I not want to set aside my Dawn for Okama Way?
Yeah. So we're probably just killing his board this turn. So that's why play her first, and then we'll evaluate after we hack everything. We'll evaluate what to happen. Awesome, nothing. I'll take the 2K, I guess. Yep. And now try to clear his board real quick. So go like 5 at Ina, and then 6 at Absalon. Yeah, and then 10. Yep. Ace at face. So this is the lame part. Because you didn't get a Croc, you do have to just heal, but you can heal Miss Valentine to your life, and that will untap your Dawn for you.
Okay. So click this one.
And
is it the Kiko?
Yep. Yeah.
Top.
Yep. Okay, add the top, yeah. Because when you take her as life, you're gonna play her as the trigger. She'll untap the Dawn, and then you can Okama Way into Kiku to heal. Yeah.
I like how the sim has timers now. Like people can't take forever.
I think it's surprising. What happens if you hit 0? Like,
you just lose.
Oh wow.
I want that to happen to IRL events, because like a lot of times I've had this opponent, man, they like spend way too much time. It's like there's not much you can do sometimes.
Yeah, especially when they lower the time limit to 30 minutes. We were joking around, actually. We were like, because Enel didn't get hit on the ban list, and I was like, I am just like, if I don't play this deck, if I play like actual meta decks, I'm like, I'm gonna sit down across the table from Enel players, and I'm just gonna slow play them into losing, because I'm just gonna keep them at 1 and then keep my life really high.
Yeah, I've had a player overtime me, and like in overtime they spent like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. I was like, but if we had like a chess clock for overtime, 5 minutes each, I think that'd be great.
That's probably I think that's fair to me.
I'm counting for 2K, right?
Yeah. Because then he can't kill you this turn. There's no way he'll kill you. He already's not killing you this turn. Yeah. But yeah, you might want to tell him. Like, dude, timer. Oh yeah, 2K.
Well, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, I like that. No block. You just take this one.
Take it. Okay.
Yeah. We're safe behind. Yeah. Use trigger. We're safe behind Okama Way for next turn. And there's the Croc. Yep. So there you go.
Take the Croc, right?
Yep. Take the Croc. So you can either probably go for game next turn. I know you want to go for game a lot.
No, I don't mind the safe play, because we just dominate.
Yeah.
So 5.
just swing like 5, 7. No. You can swing 6, 7, 8, 10.
Okay.
Or actually, if you want to do 6/6, so you can keep a Don up just in case.
Yeah.
For some random reason that he could remove your Crocodile.
Yeah, they're not winning though.
Yeah. There you go. He timed out. But I mean, he's gonna 6. You're gonna swing 6. He's gonna 1K with Helmeppo, and then you can swing 8 with Katakuri. He can double 2K out of it, and then if he has 0 cards in hand, then you could just go 3 Dawn on Miss Valentine, hit him for 1, and then swing with Ace per game. So yeah, I think he was just losing this turn.
Well, yeah, I think I can see the value. Like, this is like a different way to play, which I think is really nice because people are used to playing, these other leaders. But you found a way to make Purple Crocodile work. Now, do you think with this deck, do you feel comfortable like getting into a regional and like topping?
Yeah, I think if I mean, I don't know about topping, but I think if I ever actually am able to get into an event and I feel like Croc's in a decent position in the meta, I'll probably take him. I guess it depends how far away the flight is, but yeah, I'd probably take Croc to my first regionals. I feel really comfortable on the deck, and B, I think at least in OP07 the list is super solid. Like you said, like that, like between Moria and Lucci and Law, like those are some 3 problematic decks. I think Moria is not that big of a problem. Law's like a 50-50. Lucci's like a 50-50. And yeah, if I was gonna take this, I'd probably refine it a little bit more. Like Queen's kind of just messing around with the deck. He should probably just be something else. But yeah, I mean, I'd love to take this to original, but like impossible to get into. Bandai, please fix.
Yeah, the Treasure Cup signups are next week, so try to sign up for those online ones. I recommend.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I appreciate this list. I having played the game, like playing these games with you, like when you were explaining, I'm like trying to wrap my mind around it. But now that I played it, you can definitely feel how safe you are. This feels so much controlly, and I think, especially in like the format, with like not to say it in a bad way, but like because the matches are 30 minutes, you're really safe. Like you just take life defense.
Aggro, like I said, aggro is like the only problem. But when the only aggro deck was Law, it was like, how many Rages do you see? Because if you chain like 2 or 3 Rages, then they can keep up with you. But I beat my buddy who saw like 3 Rages and 3 Rush cards. So like it just kind of is a give and take on everything. So he's also a newer player, but I don't think he made a mistake at all in those games.
Well, Alex, with the last remaining time we have left, do you want to do any shout outs? Any last thing you want to say before we head off? I know you are making some YouTube videos, but you said not ready to share that just yet. But any last words?
Yeah, man, play more off meta leaders. That's all I gotta say, dude. Off meta is way more fun than playing meta all the time. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Thanks for hopping on. That was our OP07 Purple Yellow Crocodile list. Thank you, Alex, and catch you guys on the next one. Be sure to
Lakers Croc.
comment, and subscribe. Lakers Croc. There we go.
Yeah, Lakers Croc.